surreal match?
I don't know if fallout's the right word, but yeah, look, we weren't at the level at all, were we? Like, should have been, I think, physically more than anything else with our intent. You know, I think we looked at earlier, I think we allowed them 18 offloads or something like that. And with a team like that, when they get in behind you, they're really hard to stop. So I think our probably physical intent was the area that let us down the most. Which is disappointing because, you know, even you look back in November and stuff in South Africa, I think we pitched up really well physically. So we were a little bit off in that area against a really good side and gave them easy inroads. So that's probably the most disappointing thing and the thing that we've kind of come back to, you know, over everything else.
You confident that's just a one-off?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's too many good players and good people in the squad and in the building for it to be kind of a systemic thing. You know what I mean? I think we've obviously a great opportunity to bounce back this weekend, but it's disappointing in the way that we performed. And you know, no matter what happens going forward, it'll always kind of you know, we'll look back and think we weren't on it that day to the level that we have been pretty consistently over the last few years. I think it was probably a little bit the same last year when we played them in Dublin. Probably just trying to get ourselves out of trouble quicker than we needed to, trying to solve problems in ones and twos instead of backing the system a little bit more like we should have. So that's a shortcoming of the players, not the coaches.
Finally, just for me, are you fully fit? Are you in any crowds here all the time to be on not starting 15?
I mean, have you met Faz? I don't think many people are in his ear about Edmonton, but look, I think those things, you know, it's all comes down to how you perform, and the lads off the bench went pretty well, but it's easy to come off the bench and know what's required of you. It's not easy, but you know what the kind of status quo is for that game. So it makes your job kind of easier to perform in a way, because you're like, right, bring energy, bring a bit of intent here is what we're lacking. So look, hopefully I get the opportunity to get a run out this weekend and get a few minutes, and hopefully we can take a positive step forward as a squad.
Jack, just going off Andy's tone after the match, that put the focus on the players. Has there been many coaches out moments where the players are just talking amongst themselves, or is that planned for this week where really you feel to talk about how you maybe owed them something?
Yeah, I think you know, no meeting that we have is necessarily coach driven. You know, it is coach driven, but it's player input consistently throughout. So there's no kind of pontificating or, you know, just one coach standing at the top where, you know, we're taking kind of slapping the wrist around like that. You know what I mean? We're constantly feeding back, and the coaches want a better understanding of where our heads were at and our mentality going into the game, and you know, did they do anything wrong? What did we get wrong? So it's a two-way street. So as the week goes on, the coaches' voices dim down a little bit, and the players' voices build a little bit, and we'll drive a lot of things. But at the moment, it's both giving feedback and answering questions and trying to get a better understanding of why we were at the level that we were and not where we wanted to be.
Just because we're speaking to Bryn and Joe is coming in, just as a senior player, how do you look at the overall picture when you take the two defeats against France and New Zealand and South Africa? Does that form into preparation about the trajectory of the team, or is it just solely focused on maybe the things that went wrong in a game?
Yeah, I don't think it's about the trajectory of the team. I think it's individual ownership and collective responsibility of how we put ourselves out there on any given match day. You know, there's still an abundance of quality in every position, even with lads being injured or not being in the environment. You know, as I said, there's a lot of good players here that are hungry and that are hurting a little bit as well. You know, everyone's hurting, whether you started, you came off the bench, whether you didn't play, whether you're in the coaching staff. Even poor Peter Breen is upset. Do you know what I mean? So always upset. But you know, there's some people care so much that I I don't think it's this kind of holistic thing that it's we're not a good team, we're a quality side, you know what I mean. We just haven't been where we want to be in certain areas of certain games. So the onus will be on the collective to get that right. But individually, you got to make sure you're doing the right things during the week, through training, through your video work, everything else, that you're building the right habits that we can perform. And hopefully we will do enough this week now to show on the weekend, the real quality within the group.
Given the physicality and the intent from where you want to be, when there's so much focus on discipline that you work on from November, is there a risk that can strip the team sort of direction or
I suppose there's a balance to the two of them, isn't there? I think the penalty count was much more favourable this weekend or Thursday in comparison to how it had been, but you can't. We want to be on the edge without being over it the whole time, and sometimes you'll take it, you get things wrong, and you give away penalty away, but you can't let that take away from physicality and intent to get off the line, or whether it's carrying the ball to make a difference with every single action you do, whether you're around the ball or not. So I don't think because our discipline was better on the weekend, it's not the causation that our intent wasn't good enough.
Two questions, Jack. You have a better read on this, obviously, but there's maybe some people questioning if the -4 output that was, the number of Irish in it, could have an effect on players now, their energy levels and all the rest. What's your read of that, and do you think there's anything to that?
No, I think that's nonsense, really, to be honest with you. I think that's probably people looking for an excuse or a headline or something like that, So, I just say I don't have much to say on that, but I don't think that's true.
And obviously we saw what you did to Scotland last weekend. You were there last year. How close it went last year? What is your view on their rise now in the tournament? They're probably looking for something they can win.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's great for us because we're at the stage now. There's no easy fixtures in this competition, and you look at how they dealt with Scotland in really tricky conditions. So their set piece has come on a long way. Both line out D, I think, has been really good. They got after Scotland really well in the air. Their scrum was fantastic. They got a few penalties against South Africa in November, which is something that we didn't manage to do. So it's going to be a proper test and a real challenge for us. And I think it's important that lads aren't burdened by what happened last week going into this week. Yeah, you can be hurt because you care, but don't let the mistakes or an underperformance affect how we rock into this week and into Saturday.
Do you fear that could be playing on the
No, I don't. But I'm just hoping that I'm just making sure that's not a thing.
Hi Jack, you come in here with a kind of a quick and a joke, which you do a lot of times in pressers, which is fantastic. How important is that kind of upbeat attitude in general in a squad? Because we talked a lot about processes and video analysis and everything else. And there is a sense of downbeat nature outside the camp where teams come. It's just that inside the camp keep things a bit light and jovial, keep it on the road.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, regardless of results here, we're all in an unbelievably privileged position to sit here with all of you now and chat, but more importantly to be in the group and to wear the jersey and stuff. So I think as a bit of an elder statesman, it's not lost to me, and it's something that I want to make the most of and enjoy as much as I can. So yeah, it hurts, and you're a bit embarrassed and your ego's bruised and everything else, but it's still a joy to be here and a privilege to do what we do. So I don't think that can ever be lost on you. So we're still having good crack and enjoy ourselves when we're here, regardless of performance and stuff. And I think that's unbelievably important. And we even had Mac in today to do a bit of rehab to bring a bit of joy, which he always does as well, which is great. So you can never be out there and not enjoying it, whether it's training or just around the environment or in games. So it's an incredibly special thing to do what we do. So it's going to go quick, and you never know how long you have left. So you might as well enjoy when you're here and have no regrets.
Just very briefly, we hear a lot about momentum in the Six Nations. I think this is the first time Ireland lost in 5 years. Does that recalibrate things for you guys independently? Because you started off with a Grand Slam, one a night, one a Japan. Does it change things inward, or is it every week it's a job to do?
Yeah, that's no, it's the first time I hadn't even thought about that. And it's not something that's been mentioned. Yeah, look, it's day to day, game to game. It's not something we're thinking about. We're just thinking about getting better and righting a lot of wrongs from the weekend because there was a lot of them. So.
Thanks, Sal.
I'm just curious, we obviously just chatted to Brendan for the first time, and he described himself as a pretty confident person player. What's he been like in camp, and are you worried about like some serious competition in the back?
I think there's been pretty good competition in the back row for my entirety of my career. So.
Extra serious.
Not worried about it. As in, he's a fantastic player. See him today. He's trained really well, and fair play to him. He obviously came in last week in Portugal and trained really well, and then impressed in difficult conditions in that A game. And the lads have brought him back in, so it's a testament to him about how he's gone about his business. And it's great to see. Like you want competition. You want young lads coming in and beating themselves. Like if he's that bit extroverted and he's backing himself, damn, he should be. Do you know what I mean? He's a good player. He's his entire career ahead of him, and hopefully many years in here and a lot of success for him. But no, I'm not. I wouldn't. I'm not that. I don't worry about. I'm just worrying about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like if he's playing better or training better than me, go ahead, pick him. Like that's. I need to be better and I need to be doing other things and improving. So that's always been my mindset when I'm in here or even in Leinster. So yeah, more power to him.
Thanks. Last two questions. Derek, then we're you.
Notwithstanding, you spent the summer A-Star as Alliance number 8.
Yep.
The last 2 times we played Italy in Dublin, so not last year when we were away, you were wearing number 8, which wasn't at Caelan Doris's expense. He played 7. One, could you explain to us what the thinking was in those games? Have you at 8 with 7, if you can remember? And 2, we've been told the meeting's a very open space. We've been told a number of times in this session that players shouldn't be talking so much at meetings, coaches shouldn't be talking about so much in meetings, that players need to stand up and say things they think. Have you said, I want to play 8 at any point? So that's 2 things. Why was it 8-7 twice against Italy before? And then have you said, I can do that?
If you'd have to ask the coaches that, I'm not privy to selection meetings and what the decision making is behind it. But look, I think it's important to change things up. Give lads opportunities. See the versatility and the depth in the squad by playing people in certain positions. I played 6 last year in Italy away, and so yeah.
What was 8-7 like? Can you tell us anything practical about when you played 8 and Caelan played 7?
You'd have to ask Caelan what it's like to play 7, because for me, if I'm playing 8, it's kind of home sweet home, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? So something I'm well used to. I enjoy playing with Caelan. He's obviously, in my eyes, one of the best 8s in the world, and great bloke, probably firstly, which is the most important, and a fantastic leader for this group. So yeah, like you want your best players out there and trying new things, and maybe it'll happen this weekend, maybe it won't. We'll have to wait and see.
Really on a game where you talk about physicality not being where you wanted the set piece to go really perfect. How pleasing was that? What do you feel you did well? Was that the standing point?
Yeah, obviously. So it's been a little bit of a up and down few weeks. Obviously, lads are getting kind of first opportunities for starts or even to play in the Six Nations. So I think a massive credit to Jeremy and Mike, who have come in and gotten their first starts or their first appearance off the bench. The scrum was great today, so make sure I say Foggs obviously did a great job, but the competition in the scrums, and we were out scrummaging today out in the boggy grass there, but the competition is huge, so the lads scrummed really well throughout last week, and it paid dividends and showed up in the weekend, because the thing was probably probably the best facet of our game was how we went about our work in the scrum. So credit to all those lads, to Jeremy, to Mikey, to Tommy and Finley, and then even the lads who didn't play as well, like, do you know what I mean? So hopefully that's a stepping stone. And yeah, absolutely should be the standard now going forward, and they hopefully will just get more and more comfortable playing at this level and keep on growing. And the same with the line, I thought it was really good. I think we went 15 out of 17 or something like that, which is good. So credit to Paulie and Bernie for, you know, for the attack menu that they came up with, and picking the choices that they did. I think the calling was very calm and reassured on the weekend, and hopefully whoever has that mantle this weekend can do the same.